Hi, my name is Celina Lee and I'm the CEO of Zindi. Thank you so much for joining us today for our session at AI Expo Africa. Today we're going to be talking about the hiring game, about how to find the best data science talent for your company. So a few months ago, Charlie Harrison, who is the technical lead at GSMA on their AI for Impact project, reached out to Zindi. He was starting up a new team in Kinshasa, DRC, and he was looking for a data scientist based in Kinshasa with at least 3 years of experience with GIS data, the ability to interface with data visualization experts as well as software engineers, software developers, someone who is fluent in both French and English, and of course someone who was very collaborative and a strong communicator. I'm sure this sounds familiar to many of you. I wouldn't be surprised if some of you were in Charlie's shoes hiring or seeking a similar type of data scientist at some point in your life. And according to a recent LinkedIn survey or study, since 2012, the demand for data science talent has increased by 650%. And in another study done by MIT, it was found that companies that successfully hire data science talent and are able to then adopt more data-driven practices were about 5% more profitable than their competitors. So I wouldn't be surprised if you were in a similar position at some point. The good news is within 3 weeks of Charlie reaching out to us, we were able to present to him about 10 candidates who are based in Kinshasa. And what was great is that one of the candidates eventually ended up being hired by GSMA. Within 6 weeks from the time that we heard about the data science role to about 6 weeks later, we were able to, Jeff, who is a data science on Zindi, was hitting the ground running. Jeff has an amazing and really ideal profile for this role. He joined Zindi 2 years ago. He has a master's degree in applied mathematics. He has over 3 years of experience as a full stack developer and a data scientist. He was a MasterCard Foundation Fellow scholar. And he was recently accepted to a PhD program in Canada, but because of COVID, he actually has had to postpone it for another year. So he was in DRC in Kinshasa looking for a role exactly like this. So it was actually a really great match for both GSMA and Jeff. And so the good news for all of you who have found yourself in a similar position to Charlie, looking for data science talent, what if I told you that we have thousands of other data scientists like the Jeff, all in one place? So Zindi is a data science competition platform focused on the African market. We host a community of over 17,000 data scientists from across Africa and around the world that are solving some of the world's most pressing problems using AI and machine learning. We're really driven and fundamentally driven by the belief that AI should be accessible for everyone. AI is something that is a career path that we would like to see all people be able to pursue regardless of gender or geography. And as well, we think that organizations, whether in DRC or the United States, should be able to pursue a more data-driven, AI-driven, more data-driven practices and benefit from technologies like AI. So over the last 2 years, since we launched Zindi, we've hit a number of exciting milestones, including, like I said, 17,000 data scientists on the platform. We have over 20% female representation on the platform. And 76% of our users come from Africa, and the rest are from countries around the world, from the United States, from Europe, as well as from Asia, from Latin America. But really, one of the most exciting things is I was recently talking to one of our partners, and he said that it's come to the point where you can't talk about data science in Africa without talking about Zindi. And this is really our goal, is to be the platform that hosts the ecosystem and helps build the ecosystem for data science in Africa. So as you can see, Zindi essentially provides an inexpensive and a frictionless platform for matching proven data science resources and talent to existing needs that are in the market. So welcome to the Zindi community. Welcome to Zindi. So who is on Zindi? What we found through our own data, as well as data through a recent study that was conducted by a research consortium called Quality AI, our user base is quite highly educated. The majority have an undergraduate degree, master's, or a PhD. The user base is largely young, with 28% in the age bracket of 18 to 24, and over half of our users between the ages of 25 and 34. So as you can see, despite the high level of education that our users possess, they are a very young population, and also reflective of not just the user base, but I guess the market as a whole in Africa. This is still a relatively new field. So the vast majority of our users are very much skewed towards having less than 1 year of experience, 1 to 2 years of experience. And then of course we have a number of representation from more senior data scientists with 2 to 5 and over 5 years of experience. So speaking about a young market and a young talent pool, I think there's something to be said about what makes this generation of up-and-coming data scientists special. So one of the exciting qualities that we found on Zindi through our interactions with the data scientists on Zindi is that while many of them do have some sort of formal qualifications or are working towards some type of formal qualifications, a large portion of them are actually self-taught. They're self-starters. They've taken the initiative to take the online courses, the MOOCs, to practice on Zindi and teach themselves the principles of AI and data science. And along those lines, one of our kind of exciting findings is that 54% of our users are considering using an AI application to start their own business, or are currently already doing this. And I think this speaks a lot to the young generation's entrepreneurial spirit and ability to think out of the box, solve real world problems, and apply their knowledge in new ways. So I think that some of these qualities, while they're not taught in school, are typically not taught in school, are qualities that would be highly valued in any work environment. So what type of skills would you find on Zindi? These are self-reported, but this also reflects the type of competitions and projects that we run on Zindi. So you can see a lot of machine learning, computer vision, natural language processing, even deep learning, data visualization. So it really, the talent that we have is broad, and it's also deep. So while this is a young population, this is a young field. So we have 56% of the users on Zindi do identify themselves as intermediate level in AI and data science. 36% are beginners, and 9% consider themselves advanced users. So talking about recruitment at this moment, while we're in the midst of a global pandemic, why is it important to think even about recruitment at this moment? A recent study from McKinsey showed that there'll be about 250,000 vacant data science roles over the next decade, to say that the demand for data science talent is increasing faster than the pool of talent, the supply of talent. And so the competition will be fierce, but it will also be very important to hire the right talent now and secure the right talent when you can. So according to the data that we got from our survey, we found that, from the Zindi platform, we find that The majority of our users, or over 50%, are still students. They're still up and coming. And then those that are working, which makes almost 40% of our users are working, a large portion of them are still not exactly in roles of data science, which means that they come to the role of data science with different types of backgrounds. They may be, like Jeff, a full stack developer by training, or working in a different field, and then able to bring some of those skills and some of that perspective over to their role as a data scientist. Also, to note is, in the midst of COVID-19, how have data scientists been impacted or affected? You can see that over 30% have identified that they have experienced a decrease in income since the start of COVID. And related to that, just self-reported through Zindi, we can see that 55% of our users are actively looking for their next opportunity. And another 41%, while they're not looking for their next opportunity, while there's maybe perhaps students or working in a job that they're very happy with, they are open to new opportunities. So I think that there's a ton of potential opportunities for a company or an organization that's looking for data science talent to leverage some of these insights, and also leverage the moment that we're in right now to secure the right talent for your companies. So what makes Zindi special in terms of recruitment and career development for our data scientists? So you take someone like Jeff, who's been on our platform for 2 years. So what's exciting is that we have a number of data points that are just collected through our users completing their profiles, as well as, of course, what's most important is the evidence of how they've performed on different types of projects and problems that they've tackled on Zindi. What problems have they been skewing towards natural language processing, working with GIS data, and how well have they performed in these tasks? As well as we also have the traditional CV that a normal recruitment process would leverage. But some of the feedback that we've gotten from many companies that are hiring data scientists is that, data science is such a broad and such a new field that people really can put anything on their CV. They can call themselves data scientists, but it's really hard to know if they really actually have the skills that you need for the role that you're filling. So we like to think of ourselves as embarking on a journey of recruitment powered by data. So what I'd like to say is that really in a post-pandemic world, as we move into a post-pandemic world, what we know is that geography is mattering less and less, and data science talent is going to matter even more. Over the last 2 years, Zindi's been building this community of 17,000 data scientists and growing mainly through competitions that tackle problems that are not unlike the problems that you face as a company. And what that represents is unique insight into each of our data scientists, as well as unique access to our data scientists. As you saw, many of our data scientists are not actively looking for jobs, but if you speak to any recruiter, those actually make the most intriguing and valuable candidates. So whether you're looking for a short-term consultant, a junior data scientist to join your team, or someone to lead your data science team, we really encourage you to reach out to us and let us try to help you build an even better data team for your business. So one of the things that we want to offer you who are attending this talk is a special offer to all attendees of the AI Expo that let us recruit your next data scientist for free. We're offering this to all of our partners and attendees of AI Expo. So you can reach out to us. Our email address is careers@zindi.africa, and you can also check out our current jobs board with our current jobs listings at the following URL. Thank you very much.